Sooner football fans. It's Thursday night at Louis. You got Terry and Rob here. Boomer Rob.
Boomer Terry.
Once again, we are at Louis on Campus Corner on a Thursday night. Everybody remember that we
are not affiliated with the University of Oklahoma,
but we do have eligibility left.
Yep. Go ahead and click the like button.
Yep.
Follow us.
Subscribe.
Share.
Hugs, kisses. Nah.
Well, as long as we get to choose who does it. So.
Exactly. So
catch part of our show on Netflix. QB1 show coming out real soon.
Yep, in August. It will be towards the end of QB1 season when they're covering Spencer Rattler and the issues he had towards the end of the season.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either. We may have a watch party and just have like thousands of people over and
thousands,
you know. I mean, come on. We can hope, but also remember to check out tailgateconnect.com. Dan from Tailgate,
who is not a Texas fan, by the way.
No, he is not a Texas fan. He is a Notre Dame fan, though.
Oh, yeah.
But he's a big Sooner fan, and he is hosting the Sooner Tailgate at the UCLA game at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California. You can go sign up to be at it. It's $40 for all you can eat and drink all day long at the Rose Bowl. So
it's going to be a good time. Lots of Sooner fans going to be there.
Yeah.
We're going to get to make fun of some Bruins.
Yeah, there's going to be some Bruins fans have signed up to come. So we're really looking forward to that. What else do they need to look at, Rob? Always come down and check out Louis. They got great food, cold drinks, great atmosphere down here on Campus Corner. They got everything you could want. They got 2 bars, 2 pool tables, smoking room, non-smoking room, enclosed room.
It's the off season right now, and it's still always pretty busy. But during season, this is crazy.
And I understand that if you come down here on certain days around 2 o'clock, you might need a certain former coach that comes in here a lot for lunch. So, but his lunch is at 2 o'clock.
Well, he's a busy man.
Yeah. No, he's not. He just not anymore. I mean, he's sitting around going,
well, he's the head coach of a team in Dallas.
Yeah, well, we can say that. But we know this comes out Thursday night. Probably we know everybody already knows about it, but we're going to talk about it before we get into our Big 12 talk. Big day today for the University.
Big day for the Sooners.
We got the rivals' number 1 player in the country, number 1 quarterback, number 1 player out of
Georgia.
How
do we steal him from the Bulldogs?
Committed to the University of Oklahoma. It is Brock Vandagriff. Now we've already talked about when Spencer's here. You know, the student section. You know they're going to have something with a rattlesnake.
Sure, they are. Yeah.
Now we got to start thinking of what they're going to do with Vandagriff. You know, like Vandagriff, the crime dog or something like that.
Okay.
You know, so.
You know what I like about it, Terry, and I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good, bud.
You know, when everybody, all those receivers knew that Spencer was coming, that's when they jumped on board. Mm-hmm. So now that we got the number 1 recruit in the nation coming in the year after that,
no.
Who else is going to jump on board to play with him?
Right, exactly.
Linemen, running backs, receivers.
Yeah, offensively, Lincoln is building a juggernaut.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
We're going to be so good at quarterback for so long. I mean, it's turned into QBU.
And, you know, these kids that he's getting, they're level-headed. You know, I mean, I watched an interview with Vandagriff today, and I really liked what he said. For one, you know, he talked about the process and why Oklahoma was one. He goes, it felt like home. You know, when I first went there, I thought, this is somewhere I want to go. And 2, he talked about Lincoln Riley and his process and how he did it. One of the favorite things that I liked that he said was, I'm paraphrasing it, was when you decide, you know, well, you're my quarterback. You're the one guy I want. You commit here, you're it, okay? But when you commit, I want you to think about this. If I commit, what school am I going to be most disappointed in if I commit to them and they say, never mind? And he goes, that really made me think, I really want to play at Oklahoma. I really want to play for him. If I would call Oklahoma in a year and a half, 2 years, and say, hey, you know, or a year, whatever, I'm going to commit. And they go, well,
sorry, we already got somebody.
Exactly. And so Lincoln played a little bit of hardball with him, going, "Hey, do it." That was my phone.
Oh,
Hey, commit now. I'm committed to you. I didn't watch all of it. One of the things he said was he liked the way that when you go into schools, he said these guys have scripts. The coaches do. And they sit down with the player and they say, we're going to watch this game. And we're going to go through these plays of this game. We're going to show you where you'll fit and what you do, and you can talk to us and everything else. He said, Lincoln Riley, he goes, I walk into his office. Kyler Murray is sitting in there in his office. They chat for a little bit, and then he says, he asked him, Brock, what game do you want to watch? He said, well, I don't know. Pick a game. We'll sit down here and we'll go through it. And he said he did the same thing that every other coach did. Was, hey, look at here. Here's what your skill set will do in X, Y, and Z. He goes, every other place I go, it's scripted. They pull up those plays. Lincoln just let him sit there and watch whatever game he wanted.
well, you know what, Terry? I think we are finding the evidence of something that we've already suspected, and that is that Lincoln is a special coach.
Oh yeah, he may by his end here in 37 years.
After the 48 game win streak?
Yeah, Lincoln may be the best recruiter. He may surpass the King, Barry.
Ooh.
I mean, look at what he's doing and just.
Well, he's had a pretty good start. I'll just give him that.
Right now on the offensive side of the ball, he just has to bring it together on the defensive side of the ball. They got to start building a compatible defense with that offense.
Yeah. If we can't play a shred of defense to go with the juggernaut offense, and we lose games 60 to 59, it just is not
worth it.
Not worth it.
One, I won't live to be 65 if we keep winning games 70 to 69. I can't do that anymore.
Right. So I don't want to do that anymore. I'm okay with 70 to nothing.
Yeah, or 70 to 13.
63 to 3. I'm okay with those scores,
but not. No. So I know he's addressing it. We just got to have faith in him and Grinch that they can overcome the obstacles that a bad defense over the last 5 to 6 years has built for us. So next up, you're gonna have to turn the page in our notes because I left my X-ray glasses.
Okay.
So we are picking out our Big 12 preview. So we're ranking the teams, and surprise, surprise, number 12/10 because we're the Big 12 with
10 teams. And the Big 10 has 12 teams.
So last week it was Kansas Jayhawks.
The big Kansas Jayhawks.
With new coach, Les Miles.
Les Miles.
Les Miles.
I don't think next year, I don't think they will be on the bottom.
No, but this year,
they're on the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
no talent.
Kansas was our 12/9. We talked about it. We're pretty sure that our number 11/9 pick, my math just went out.
That's okay.
Is
Kansas State.
Kansas State.
And we agree.
Yeah.
Although I was kind of wanting to throw West Virginia or Oklahoma State in there, I still think Kansas is going to be worse than they are.
Yeah. And, they got a couple of obstacles to overcome. Number one, Bill Snyder's gone.
Bill Snyder's gone. Okay. They're adapting to a new system.
They probably got the best up-and-coming coach around.
He definitely knows how to win.
Yeah. Chris Kleinman.
Dude, he's from North Dakota State, right?
Fighting Bison.
Where they won how many?
He was there 5 years. He won 5 conference championships and 4 national titles.
4 national titles.
Now,
so the guy knows how to win.
Yeah, and now I will preface it with this: is that the 3 years prior to him, he was on the staff, and they won 3 straight titles. So
right.
They won 7 out of the last 8 national titles in the FCS.
Right.
Okay. So,
which I agree. I mean, it's different. That's different than playing big boy football, but knowing how to win. Right. That translates across all ties.
Think about this, regardless of the division and everything, but this is a powerhouse. Okay, North Dakota, ESPN Game Day's been there twice because they deserve to have that attention. This guy recruits to North Dakota.
Somehow.
How do you go to an 18-year-old kid and say, come up here and freeze your balls off for 9 months out of the year and play football.
So here's my question. He really did not improve his situation. I mean, how in the world do you recruit to Manhattan, Kansas?
If you can recruit to North Dakota, you
Lord
can
have
recruit
mercy.
to Manhattan.
Yeah, but you know what? I think if he'd have stuck it out another year there, he could have got a bigger offer.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, but I mean, he knows. The thing is I think that he will be like Bill Snyder. Bill Snyder never got the number one recruits. He got the mop-ups, the 3 and 4
He got what was left over.
Left over, but he got what he wanted, and he got what he wanted to put together a team that could compete for titles. Big 12 titles. They should have competed for 2 or 3 national titles, but just never could get past that hump. But they were 5-7 last year? Yeah, 5-7 last year.
Didn't play a bowl game.
Didn't get to play in a bowl game.
Which you got to win 6 to get in my opinion.
Yeah. Their plus on offense is they've got 4 returning starters on offense. They got the offensive coordinator from North Dakota State, who
he brought the coordinator with him.
Yeah, and if you ever watched them, which I did,
they were good.
They're good. They're run heavy. They're a lot of play action. The quarterback that they're going to have is apparently got some wheels on him, so it's going to fit the system. They will be better, but it's kind of like Kansas. It's going to take a year or 2 before they build this thing up.
Well, and they didn't in their non-con. They may go 2 out of their first 3 games.
Yeah,
because they got Nichols State.
Yeah.
Bowling Green, and then they got Mississippi State. They're not going to beat Mississippi State, not at Starkville.
No,
for sure.
Yeah. But on the other end, here's the thing about North Dakota State. During his tenure, okay, they beat Iowa. Okay, and Iowa was down that year. I do not care.
I don't care.
Okay, if you're a Division I FCS school or FBS school, and you're playing an FCS school, you should win. It could be a close game, but you should win.
Like when Appy State beat Michigan?
Yeah, I mean,
or that time that Kansas beat Texas? Oh, wait.
Wait, the same thing. But, didn't OSU, Oklahoma State lose to a... Kansas State and Kansas lost to them. Oklahoma State never.
No, Oklahoma State lost to
Central Michigan.
Aren't they like a FCS 2 game?
Yeah, they're the same. They're in North Dakota State. Yeah. Not nearly as good as North Dakota State.
Yeah, they claim the refs beat them, right? But listen, it shouldn't come down to the refs.
When you're playing Central Michigan.
Right.
Should ever come down to the refs. But my question is, Rob, it's kind of off the wall, is will Bill Snyder be at the games?
Oh, yeah. Well, the stadium is named after him. Yeah, he'll be there.
Will he be on the sidelines, or will he be sitting up?
I think it would be unprofessional, really, for him to be on the sideline, kind of like Bob. Yeah. Bob wasn't on the sideline. Now he was up in the box, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Yeah. Listen, you need to let the new guy do his thing. Yeah. Right.
Now, here's the thing about Kansas State, though. The last time Bill Snyder retired, they went fast.
Yeah. Well,
instead of hiring a new coach, they go and beg Bill, or Bill came and went, look, let me take it back.
Well, they got Ron Prince, who was, the guy they got now, he's a legit coach.
Yeah. They wanted Seth Luttrell, but they wouldn't let Seth from North Texas, former Sooner, North Texas. He wanted to bring his whole staff, and they told him no.
Right.
So there's some people that left on the staff. I think I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but I think Kansas State and Kansas, they're going to be bad this year. Probably about the same with Kansas State, 5-7. They're 2 or 3 years. I think you're going to see those guys back up in the mix of it.
Because of the coaching?
Yeah, because of the coaching.
Les Miles and Chris Kleiman?
Yeah, Chris Kleiman. Again, I watched several of North Dakota State's games, and I watched an interview with him, and he recruited kids up there, good kids that had Division I, opportunities, and he got them to come there, but they came there with the understanding of, when it's my turn, it's my turn. It's not going to be my turn my freshman year. It's going to be my turn, maybe my sophomore. They had that understanding going in. So he knows how to.
Okay over here?
I think we are fantastic.
All right.
Thank you. And so I think they're going to be, we're going to probably see a little bit of improvement out of them this year, but nothing to write home about.
Right. They're not going to climb up and contend.
No. So.
And really, these bottom 4 teams, they could be interchangeable between West Virginia, Oklahoma State, Kansas State.
Yeah. Not to reveal our bottom 4, but.
Right. Well, those other teams got some stuff going for them. I think that Kansas State did not. So we'll talk about that when the time is right. But overall, Terry, I mean, I don't want to pull the rabbit out of the hat too soon, but overall, the conference is not very good.
I think it's getting better, though. I mean, I really do. I think they're getting away, and I'm going to say that Oklahoma's leading the way. They're getting away from this spread, run and gun, throw it everywhere offense. I know people think that's what Oklahoma is, and us Oklahoma fans, us and you know,
we ran the ball more than we threw it.
Yeah, that we're the complete offensive team.
Absolutely.
We're number 1 in passing. We're not number 1 in rushing, but we rush the ball more than we pass. So it means that we run the ball well.
Very balanced.
Yeah, we run the ball well to set up a passing game that is beyond belief. So, we got golf on. Who's
it's ladies golf. So.
Ladies golf is golf too.
Is it?
All right. At Big Rob on Twitter. Slide into his DMs. Don't add him, but never mind. Anyway, anything else, Rob? Anything else we want to touch on Kansas State? Any other big news you want to share?
No, I just I wish that we didn't have to carry the conference every year after year, because I can only assume that outside of the conference, which we're not privy to those conversations, is it's Oklahoma and the
rest of them.
And the rest of them.
Yeah.
I think Texas is going to go a long way this year. They're not back, but they're better. I think they're going to. Yeah, I think they're going to be better.
But let's face it. The conference, the games were a lot better 10 years ago when it was Oklahoma, Texas, A&M, Nebraska.
Absolutely.
Kansas State.
Even Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado. When every game was a slobber knocker, get after it, that the conference was great.
Well, and we cannibalized ourselves. But you know what? I would rather have a conference where we sometimes cannibalize each other, even though Oklahoma will steal the cream of the crop, than a conference where you get no respect because you just blow through everybody.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm okay with blowing through those teams. Beating the Texas Tech 77 to nothing. I'm okay with that. I watch every play all the way till the end of the plays.
But, it's better, it's marketably better when the conference is better.
It's better, yes.
We as Sooner fans know, that we get tired of the SEC talk, but really the bottom half of the SEC is as bad as the bottom half of the Big 12.
Yeah. Right now they've got 2 or 3 big boys that are better than us.
Yeah.
They're better than us in that regard, but it didn't used to be that way.
Yeah.
I mean, think of the year where we won the national title. I mean, we were ranked 22, I think, to start that year.
Yeah.
And then when OU Nebraska came along, they were 1 and we were 4.
Yeah. And then when we played Kansas State, it was 1 and 2. Yeah, because Kansas State, I believe, was after. One of those games was number 1 and 2. But yeah. So.
Yeah.
That was 19 years ago, Rob.
Yeah.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time. That's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Again, subscribe. Listen to our podcast on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, everywhere you listen to it. Share this with your friends, too. Let them know that, hey, here's some guys you might want to check out. That's it, right, Rob?
That's it.
Boomer, Rob.
Boomer, Terry.